from some rinky-dink film vault located in downtown Los Angeles. Welcome to the Film a Week podcast. Hello and welcome back to Film a Week. I am your host, Serg, Beret, and this is
Patrick Raissi. Hey guys.
Hey everyone, it's Animated April.
Woo!
I had to sit through 50 Shades of Grey by myself.
Why do you have to do it? You don't have to do it.
I wrote it on the list and I'm committed to it. Anyway, it got released on April Fool's, so the joke's on me. And you get entertained.
I'm sorry, Serge.
It's okay.
Search in advance.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, man.
You've never seen it before at all?
No.
Oh. I haven't seen it either. I just know it's shit.
Oh, well, this is grand. Anyway.
If it makes you feel better, you can play Masters of the Universe by Queen, because that was the original title of the fanfic that it's based off.
Princess of the Universe?
Isn't it? Is it Princess of the Universe?
From the Highlander soundtrack?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just so you make yourself feel better, because that's the closest. I don't know why the person who wrote 50 Shades decided to write Twilight fanfic based off a He-Man cartoon.
Huh, interesting. Huh. So, if you guys hear the 50 Shades of Grey review and it has Princess in the Universe at the end, it's for a future episode where you'll get the reference. Hey,
to make Serge feel better.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, Animated April. This entire month we are going to be looking at animation. And it's the 1 month I've been looking forward to.
So am I. I like animated movies.
So this month we are going to pretty much this month is a precursor to a series me and Jenny are going to do where we just focus on animation.
Great.
Called Back to the Drawing Board. We've been trying to work on it for 3 fucking years.
Okay.
And I finally wrote a schedule and was like, this is what we're doing. This is how it's going to work. Sticking to it. It's going to be bi-weekly. God damn it, commit.
Right.
So, this episode actually is going to be a Classics Revisited.
Ooh, nice.
This is in fact a movie I've already seen.
Right.
And I told you beforehand, it's a nostalgia trip.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very great nostalgia trip.
Is it Sword of the Storm?
What?
Is it Sword in the Storm?
No.
Secret of Nim?
No. Let's get down to it.
Fern Gully?
The 1980s was a dark time for animation. If you were Disney. Disney was like in a financial state of disarray.
Yeah, they weren't. They were reusing animations, or they were kind of cutting costs, and then a lot of their movies, while usually not critically panned, were usually commercially kind of flops, or just kind of there. That's kind of what I read into it. Like that,
and Black Cauldron failed miserably. It lost against the Care Bears movie.
I think that was kind of the result of animation made cheap for television.
Yeah.
So Disney movies take big animated movies take years to make, and then they have such a short time to kind of develop that fan base, and then if there's a sequel you have to wait a few more years, while animated features come out every week. There's commercials advertising toys. They don't have to wait for anything. They just kind of roll them out. And then if they ever make the movie, they already have that fan base there. So maybe that was probably a result of that. At least that's how I see it.
No, you hit the nail on the head. In the wake of this Disney disarray, Disney actually lost one of their best animators.
One of the Big Seven?
One of their, well...
Or no, those guys have already been passed, huh?
Slightly. Not really. Half of them were... Frank and Ollie were still alive.
Okay.
So, no, they lost. You just mentioned one of his movies. Don Bluth.
Don Bluth died?
No, Don Bluth left the studio. Don Bluth's still very much alive. I'm surprised.
You said it, I thought you said he died. I was like, yeah, Don Bluth. That's when he went on to Amblin.
Slightly. He went to MGM first to do Secret of Nim, which you just mentioned.
Right.
The final movie he animated for Disney on was Fox and the Hound. I think he was credited, or he went uncredited. Whatever. That's not here or there. He, if you don't know his work with Disney, he actually started with the company back during Sleeping Beauty.
Jesus.
He worked on the forest sequence when they're dancing.
Wow.
That's its own thing. Look up the history of that sequence alone. It's amazing. So he wanted to go off and do his own thing because he felt Disney wasn't, was kind of just getting trapped. He didn't like the direction the company was going. So Bluth said, "Fuck y'all. I'm gonna go make my own movie," and it was Secret in Him, which is an absolutely fantastic movie. That movie caught the eye of a man by the name of
Steven Spielberg.
Yes, Senor Spielberg, his non-union Mexican equivalent. And they teamed up with Spielberg's production company, Amblin Entertainment, and we're going to be watching their first foray.
Oh.
We are going to be watching An American Tail.
Somewhere out there.
Oh, God.
Beneath the
Rufus got up. Like, oh, shit.
He's like, oh, I heard that.
Holy crap.
Dog senses are picking up.
Yes, An American Tail.
I actually love. I know. I used to watch.
Five Goes West.
Yeah, that's the one I used
That's
to watch.
the one everybody watched.
Yeah.
Because every time I bring up An American Tail, they never think the first one. They think the second one.
I don't know why, because American Tail was the big one, right?
Yeah, and it was like better.
Yeah, because I remember. Because I had a friend who let me borrow the Five Goes West, and we used to watch that on repeat. So yeah, that's how I knew Five. I grew up on Five Goes West.
That was Jimmy Stewart's last role too.
You don't say.
Yeah, Five. You gotta shoot. You gotta. My Jim Stewart just goes into gold blue. So this movie was actually a very big critical hit. It was a big financial hit for Universal. Actually, after this is The Land Before Time.
I actually never seen. I've seen the sequels to The Land Before Time. I've never seen The Land Before Time though.
It's a sad fucking movie. It's only under an hour, I think, too.
It's under an hour?
I think it's under 70 minutes. I think it's like a 69-minute movie.
I just want to watch it for that one part with the mom.
That thing's fucking sad.
Yeah.
This is actually the movie, and Land Before Time After is what convinced Spielberg to start Amblimation.
Okay.
And if you know what Amblimation leads into,
yeah, Hysteria leads into Hysteria. Everyone.
Yeah, Hysteria. What a fantastic show Hysteria was.
I'm the only one who watched Hysteria.
No, I watched it too.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. Do you remember there was like tangent? I know, but there was that like sketch where it was like the old lady was trying to give Napoleon ice cream, and it was Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah.
Neapolitan ice cream, whatever.
I just remember my brother always used to make me do Froggo. Do you remember who Froggo was?
So, damn. So, Amblimation would go on to pretty much create our goddamn childhood.
Yeah.
Animaniacs,
Pinky and the Brain.
Tiny Toots, Freakazoid.
The sad sequel to Pinky and the Brain and Elvira.
God damn it, Pat. Why you gotta bring up old shit?
Then Spielberg was like, I'm gonna throw that away and I'm gonna make DreamWorks and then we're gonna do Shrek. Oh god, we made Shrek.
What monster have we created? he was like Frankenstein that day.
Tried to burn it down with
Shrek was in a windmill. Okay, that's a big ass tangent. So this movie, we're gonna get into it. It tells the tale of Fievel Mouskowitz, a young Russian immigrant. A young Russian Jewish immigrant.
Yeah, I was like, he's a Eastern European Jewish rat or mouse.
Yes, and they were promised that there would, if you remember the song, "There Are No Cats in America."
Okay.
And Fievel.
This is like a PG version of Mouse. You guys know what Mouse is? MAUS.
Oh my god. Damn, Pat, good reference. Yes. But he gets abandoned from his family and stuff. Well, we'll get into it after you guys will be watching the trailer and we'll be revisiting our childhood.
Sorry about the tangents.
No apologize about the tangents. Mouse.
This holiday season, Universal Pictures brings you a very special motion picture experience. The the first animated feature film presented by Steven Spielberg. An American Tale. The story of one family's journey to America and Fievel, their son, who got lost along the way.
Fievel? Fievel?
An American Tale, a Don Bluth film.
And we're back. You just saw the trailer for An American Tale, and we finished watching An American Tale. So, let's talk about An American Tale. Let me just say that one more time.
Oh, what?
What?
An American Tale.
An American Tale, yes.
I thought it was good. I liked it. I mean,
I thought you'd seen it already.
I don't remember it as much as I remember Fievel Goes West.
We should have just watched Fievel Goes West. This is a horrible idea.
But I liked it. I mean, there are some really... The animation is just really great. It's not gonna
win any awards, I'm kidding.
No, well, I think it almost did, didn't it? It got nominated for some?
No, the Oscars at the time didn't have a Best Picture category for a Best Animated Film category. Can you guess what year they finally got one?
The year after? Or no? Didn't they make one for Toy Story? No? How long ago?
It's only been around for 16 years.
So what, after Toy Story? What year was Toy Story?
Shrek won the first one. That should give you a clue.
Shrek?
Shrek.
I mean, that's not a bad movie or anything, but
Yeah, no.
not the prettiest.
No, it was nice revisiting this movie because I've seen this movie a bunch of times, but it's a nice way to kick out the month because, goddamn, this movie's pretty.
What I was gonna say is it's really well animated, but and it has really great moments, but not the way that Pixar hits them now. Pixar has hardwired the way to hit your strings, and this one kind of blindsides you with the cutesy kind of adventure stuff. So when like there is a serious kind of moment, it does. You're like, oh wow, I didn't see that coming, and it's not like a. I don't know if it's thematic. You know how like a Pixar movie will build that up and kind of go with it.
Mm-hmm.
This one, for some reason, it was just more. It did it differently.
Yeah.
Not to say that it did it worse or anything, but there's the part later on in the movie once Fievel gets lost initially. That it kind of tugs on the heartstring between the father and the son, kind of calling at each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the part where they finally arrived at America, and they ask how many are on board, and the father instinctively says 5, and he goes, I mean 4, and the tear kind of wells up in his eye, and like you see the animation, like his eye goes from like kind of a normal kind of eye, and it kind of like gets watery and stuff like that. I was like, oh fuck. And then towards the end when they meet up again, spoilers.
Spoilers for a movie from 1986.
Yeah, I wasn't even a sparkle in my father's eye.
Like a glimmer in your father's eye.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely it's good, but it's different from animation as we're used to it now. Even animation that goes into the 90s is vastly different. It shows like how much animation has come, and but yet how amazing it is to see it then. Yeah.
What's interesting about this movie, like just from an animation perspective, well, before I go into that, if you're looking for like an emotional thing and how it hits you, Land Before Time does that extremely well.
Right.
Because there's kiddie stuff in there, but it's pretty fucking grim. But the interesting thing about this movie, and I notice about a lot of movies in the 80s, you can always tell when a movie's animated in the 80s.
Yeah, there's just something about it.
They have that same art style, that's why.
Yeah, it's very... I don't want to say flat. It's a flat color kind of thing.
It has like okay, I could see the flatness to it, but you could tell the style because, and I can see why, it's because these people were who are animating now grew up watching Disney movies.
Yeah.
And they all have the Disney-esque style. And with Don Bluth movies, since he was trained in Disney and shit, it's just taking the core of what Disney did and doing it in his own way.
Right.
Upping the ante. So
the eyes aren't as big, and some things aren't as exaggerated as others.
Because everything has that Disney style to it. It's still in that.
But Don Bluth doesn't exaggerate things as much as Disney would, like with the big eyes and stuff.
No. Which actually, when you see the humans in this movie, you could tell that they're more detailed and stuff.
Yeah, definitely more detailed. They're almost. If I didn't know any better, I would say rotoscoping, but I wouldn't put it past Don Bluth to actually.
No, they're not rotoscope.
To honestly animate them, which they look really, really like they looked alive. And
it's like a glimmer or a taste a bit of what he does later on with movies such as the one movie in particular that I think of it for his human stuff is like fucking Anastasia.
Didn't he do
Titan A?
Well, Titan A, yeah, but I mean like did he work on the Lord of the Rings, the animated?
No, that was Ralph Bakshi.
Bakshi. And then who did he Bakshi also? I grew up more with Bakshi type stuff.
Bakshi did Fire and Ice, Wizards.
I'm thinking of that Fire of Ice. I think I grew up more with Bakshi stuff than I did Don Bluth. Because I watched. Did he do American Pop?
Yeah, he did American Pop. That's him.
I watched those things. I also watched the.
And those are rotoscoped.
Yeah, I watched a lot of those. So that's what I grew up on. And then I would watch like the sequels to Don Bluth movies usually. Just not intentionally. It's just you're a kid.
But they're
they give you what
pretty
you have.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah, like I watched the Land Before Time sequels.
Oh no!
So as a kid, I'm like, "Where's his mom?" And no one wants to tell me. I'm like, "What the fuck? Come on, guys!" But yeah, I grew up with Bakshi, so to see this, it feels a lot safer in a way, I guess. Because I feel Bakshi always took more risk, but not to say that Don Bluth didn't take any risk.
No, Don Bluth was a weird case because even though he wanted to get away with the Disney style, he seemed to pretty much imitate it. Like, not imitate it, but emulate it. There you go. Because he was just born and bred into that. The biggest risks that Don Bluth ever took with his animation, just from like a personal standpoint, is Secret and M. Because it's taking that Disney style and it's telling like this really fucking dark story. It's a story that I think Disney would probably have a hard time telling. It hit some emotional notes, as you said.
Yeah.
The other risk was fucking the one that practically made Fox Animation Studio bankrupt was Titan AE.
Which I remember liking as a kid.
It's okay.
I have to rewatch it.
The animation, of course, is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, but that's never enough for some people.
No. Well, because the animation's only one part of the part of the
Fox
storytelling.
Animation also do the Final Fantasy movie?
What?
Didn't they also do that?
No, that was Sony.
Sony
Pictures. And that was Square Enix's own production studio.
Yeah, that was a shit movie.
That was pretty fucking
Sorry, I had to go on a tangent. I was just trying because I thought...
Spirit Within?
Yeah, I thought Spirits Within was a Fox produced series for some reason. Because I was like, man, this is shit.
Yeah, but...
and I thought that's what bankrupted, not to try to tie this back to Don Bluth. I thought that's what did it, but yeah, that could explain why I don't see any Fox produced, like solely Fox produced animations anymore.
Well, Fox, what they have now is they have Blue Sky Studios, which are people that do the Ice Age movies, Rio, and the Peanuts movie, which is actually really good.
I haven't seen the Peanuts movie, and I like the first Ice Age movie.
You'll dig the Peanuts movie if you watch it.
Okay.
It's closer to
okay.
It's very close, especially certain things they do in the movie that you're just like, dude would have fucking liked this. It's really good. That's a weird tangent. Sorry. No, but when you mention Don Bluth, you always think about, okay, here's this guy who just loved Disney, just did his own thing, went about his own way, and then kind of got lost in it too. Because
it seemed like he really tried to but he really tried to fight against. He tried to put another name out there besides Disney. It seemed
which was a big risk because Disney was like the fucking sole proprietor
of like
animation at this time. I mean,
yeah, when I was reading up on American Tail, it was the first kind of movie to make the money that Disney would make as an animated movie.
Yeah, because...
And it took that long. It was like 86, so like, when did Snow White come out? 30? 19...
37.
So almost like 49 years it took for someone to finally like dethrone Disney.
Yeah.
And it took someone from Disney to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I read up on Don Bluth is, of course he's trying to forge his own style. Like if you look at what's the video game you played?
Dragon's Lair.
It's vastly different and it's more akin to the Don Bluth style. Like that is a Don Bluth.
And that's a like I said, it's a hard ass game, but the animation is awesome.
Yeah, and I think what I'm trying to say is that Don Bluth was one of those people who tried to break up the chain of monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people who still think like a lot of animated films are Disney.
Disney, yeah.
I think,
and now that stigma is also going into like all animation is Pixar. In fact, if you go on TV tropes, there's a thing called all animation is Disney.
Yeah,
it shows like the constant waves of how that goes.
Yeah, I remember someone thinking that Iron Giant was a Disney film. And the only time I could kind of see that is in the 2000s, because that was like the last spark of kind of I'm not trying to shit on Disney.
No. What you're gonna say, I'll probably agree with you.
Is the last spark of genuine creativity. They weren't trying to play it safe. They were trying to tell stories that not a lot of people see before, like with Lilo and Stitch and Treasure Planet and Emperor's New Groove.
And that totally came back to kind of bite them in the ass. Because for every great movie, which is like Lilo and Stitch, we got like a Home on the Range after.
Yeah, and that's...
But no, it was Disney doing a lot of risk at that point.
I feel like they didn't care enough about their animations back then. At that point, I think they were gearing towards their CG...
because they were going to compete with Pixar, which because they helped produce, but they were also competing against DreamWorks, which is transitioning to the CGI route.
Yeah.
So everything was just falling by the wayside. So with stuff like that, and we'll get to a CGI movie this month. Won't say which one, but
that's animated. Yeah. One thing I always want to kind of point out to you is people always think when they hear animated film, they think a child's movie. It's just a style of film. I want to kind of clear that up.
It's not a genre. It's a style.
It's made for children because it blends so well to the fantasy and imagination of children. It's very easy to do that for children, but it's a style rather than a genre. A lot of people lump animation as a genre, which it's not, because there's animated suspense films. I've seen one about Edgar Allan Poe that was all animated. Let's see. There's obviously action films like there's adult animated, and I'm not talking about like porn, but there's like adult animated movies like Heavy Metal and stuff, which I should not have watched at 5.
No,
but I did anyways.
I didn't watch that movie until high school, but yeah, Heavy Metal's one of them. You have stuff even from I think like the forefront to actually showing adult animation though was like Bashki was like the precursor.
Definitely with Fritz the Cat and stuff like that.
Yeah. Fritz the Cat's a horrible movie though.
It's a product of its time.
Yeah.
Entirely. It's only good as a history lesson for animation.
Yeah. But no, then that opened up like the door for foreign animation or like Japanese animation, and that was like
that flourished. Yeah.
That fucking showed adult animation, and they've been rocking it adult animation for years. Yeah.
So that was just to clear up the idea for this month that you guys, for the listeners to know that Serg isn't covering a genre, he's covering a style.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you guys to know that, and I think that's due credit to people who do animation, because there's different forms of animation. There's stop motion, there's cinematic, there's 2D animation, hand-drawn, there's all this other forms of animation, claymation. So yeah, just clearing that up, we're going to get back to the American Tail.
No, it's a great thing to bring up, because I fucking hate when people say, "Oh, it's animation's its own thing." It's like you can be so many fucking things you don't even know. In fact, we're constantly bringing them up, but Disney itself, their whole animation, but their whole animation thing. If you look at it, we've had movies that were musicals, movies that were medieval tales. We've had a science fiction exploration movie, which is fucking Atlantis. A broad slapstick comedy, Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
you know, and
The one thing I like about those those early 2000 films is there's no real love interests.
oh no.
Just that's kind of what I like about it. You don't see love. I don't think you see another love interest in a mainstream animated Disney movie till probably Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, and then Don Bluth and with American Tail, the fucking movie is it's an anime adventure, but it's about a family immigrating from Russia during.
It's a Jewish anime. It's a Jewish Russian family immigrating to America during probably the Bolshevik Revolution. And
that sounds fucking interesting.
yeah, and it's during the persecution of Jews, and then you have to deal with the persecution of immigrants coming to America, and they don't really touch on that aspect.
No, that's the
I feel like it's more of a subtext. Like I made the joke earlier about Mouse, and then I read up into it. Mouse, obviously, for those of you that know, is a comic series where mice are persecuted against by cats.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously this is an allusion to Jews being prosecuted by Germans and during World War II, or German Nazis. Sorry. So yeah, there was that. Overall, this film, like it does have heavy moments, and I'm not saying it doesn't. It's just the way it gets to them feels a little clunky to me, or it's very quick, and you don't feel the weight of it.
No.
There's a raid on the Russian village that Fievel lives in, and he kind of, he's a kid, but he plays it up kind of like for laughs in a way. Yeah. Remember, he's like, oh, I'll go out there and fight them.
Yeah.
He's like, but his parents are like, no, you can die. Do not do that.
Yeah. I agree with you on that because because rewatching this, it mostly serves as just this is the backdrop. But if they dived more into it, it kind of played into how it affected actual humans at the time. But from a mouse's perspective, like get more insight into that would have been great. And we've seen Don Bluth tackle some heavy shit like that with Secret in beforehand.
Yeah. By the way, there's like the humans in there are going through the world events.
Yeah.
So like when we say the village gets attacked, I mean Bolsheviks attack and burn the village.
Yeah.
And then just Russian cats come in who serve as another form of
it's pretty fucking jarring. Like when you watch it, you're just like, huh, okay.
And then it's kind of play for laughs, and then cats don't really play the role of Bolshevik, they play the role of racist.
Yeah.
Because the father has a song where he goes, there are no cats in America. There are no racists. He's talking about a land of freedom and progress. And
you could freely be yourself. You can do whatever you want.
They don't have to worry about the cats. They don't have to worry about the persecution. Obviously, that's not completely true, though.
Mm-hmm.
As many people are finding out.
Slowly throughout.
Yeah.
Bad. God damn it. We'll move on to the voice acting, because there were some key voice actors in this.
The kid didn't do that bad. The kid really did well, and I thought he was going to do really bad as like a child actor, because I've heard bad child acting through voiceover, and it doesn't really work that well. But the kid who played Fievel does really well. He knows how to emote. He knows how to do his lines well. I think everyone does really well. There's a certain connection between the Fievel and his father, and that's really conveyed very well through the voice acting as well. Like when they're getting separated for the first time, there's real, like, you can't really see their faces much, so it's really developed on their voice. And there's a panic and a fear in the father, and then there's a kind of a childish fear like in the kid.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I don't want to be pulled away, but the father knows what that means to be pulled away, and that's why he's afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was very well done.
Extremely. But we're avoiding Madeline Kahn, sir.
What do you mean?
Madeline Kahn's in this movie. I totally forgot about that, and she's fucking amazing.
It's true. It's true.
She's a delight, even in voiceover.
I love Madeline Kahn. She's such a great actress.
Fucking good. She was taken away from us too goddamn fast.
Yeah.
What the hell? Why? Oh, Dante Luis also is great in this as the tiger.
Yeah, this is Cat. He's the cat, the tiger. Who probably started one of my deceptions with cats, just because I like that little guy so much.
Yeah, we have the podcast pets. They're around here.
Rose is up in the canister.
Yeah. How'd you feel about the music? That's not one thing that anyone really talks about in American Tail.
You kind of forget it very quickly.
Yeah, it's very forgettable.
And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, the only reason why I remember there's no cats in America, because you kept saying it.
Yeah.
It's not like, is there going to be a musical? And then you're like, when they're about to start singing, you're like, oh, I forgot there was a musical. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, because I mostly knew that there are no cats in America, but I totally forgot
the father kept
rest.
saying it before he broke into song.
And there's some songs that are in here that are... No, yeah, you're right. No, I don't remember it, goddamn.
The only one everyone remembers is the main song. But honestly, you don't remember it because... It's a nice song. It's very nice, but the only reason why you remember it is because
those broken voices.
Yeah. Like, that's the only reason why you remember it. Oh, look at that audio form! Wow. That thing just spiked.
No, my other favorite one's like, we're under the same bright sky. Look at that. I may have done it on purpose just so I can see the audio. No, that's like the only memorable song. Other than that, the musical numbers kind of just feel unnecessary, but they're done quickly, so you can't really fucking complain.
You made me want to listen to the Great Mouse Detective one, the Radigan one.
Radigan.
Oh, Radigan.
The world's greatest criminal mind. What a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
We're just gonna talk about Great Mouse Detective now.
I told a Serg a joke that he's like, wasn't it so cool that the Great Mouse Detective was in Sherlock Holmes's house? I was like, you think Sherlock Holmes like just pointed at him? He was like, hey, you're a smart fucking mouse. He's like, Watson, check out how smart this mouse is.
What can you do, Watson? I'm here, aren't I? Yeah, sure.
Go flirt with that blonde chick in the office.
Yeah. So as you can tell, there's really not a lot to say about an American Tail. I think we covered most of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's like I guess the story.
No, we've pretty much covered.
Well, the story is just basically the in Russian immigrants immigrating to America.
It's pretty basic for the most part. Not the modern version of basic, but just basic general storytelling. It's not that bad of a movie. It's there. It's
the animation
nice.
is definitely wonderful. This is
great.
Thank
fucking God.
There's when Fievel kind of goes overboard in the ship when he gets separated from his family. He lands in a bottle that saves him. It's basically a boat.
Yeah, I wrote that in my notes.
And just the way the bottle just seemingly just floats away, and you could just feel it, and it's like just so well done.
And and you could just see like the ripples in the water and like the shine of the bottle. And
did you think the waves coming up and kind of forming a monster reminded you of what's the name of the monster from Fantasia?
Chernobog.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking that kind of looks like Chernobog. Like it looks so much like that.
Holy shit! Because it has that same. Just those menacing eyes, that same
horror,
vibe, how fluid it is. I was like, and I remember I was like, oh shit, I don't remember this part.
Yeah, that was definitely more fun. I think they did that in the eyes as the eyes of Fievel.
Yeah, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed that.
What's up with those orphan kids? They just kind of came out of nowhere.
I know there's a lot of shit that happens in this movie for no reason.
Like they just to rub it in Fievel's face, just so the audience could think he's never going to find his family again towards the end. Like, he's found them, but he's separated once again. And then these orphans come and go, you're never going to find your family. Why don't you just live here? Here, have a bed. And they just throw shit at him. Like, these kids are assholes.
What a bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
One thing I always enjoyed, even though it's like fucking not like slightly terrifying, is just the design of that Mask of Mints. It looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it's just it just reminds me of Mickey though. Just the way that the ears were and Did you? I don't know if I don't think Don Bluth did. Don Bluth leave Disney on bad terms?
Yes.
So when the rat guy, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one
wearing gloves.
Yeah. I
was like, why is he wearing gloves? And you're like, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, he left on pretty fucking bad terms.
Yeah, and that's what I was wondering, because like the mouse, even though it's like used by the heroes, even though it's used by the heroes, it looks like ugly and terrifying.
Yeah.
And then the villain, who's a cat masquerading as a mouse, is the only one wearing white gloves with the iconic little Disney little like kind of indents on the gloves. Yeah. I was like, what's up with that?
I said fuck them. That's what I said. Fuck them. I'll do my own rap movie. I'll do my own mouse picture. We immigrants. It's Spielberg.
It'll be great till he gives up and starts DreamWorks.
Yeah, bastard. Anyway, yeah, that's about an American Tale. It's simple.
Yeah, it is. It's really pretty fun to look at, though.
We could get our final thoughts in now. You go first.
It's just a 10, right?
Yeah, out of 10. You always forget. Yeah.
Good. Is 6 too low? Do you think this is a 6?
No, I gave that to Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah, I guess like a 6 or 6.5.
6.5. All right. Okay. I give it. I'll be kind. I'll give it a 7. Because looking back on it, like it is good, but it could have been better. Right. And I could see why like some people were just like kind of hit and miss on it. Then again, fucking Don Bluth's magnum opus was beforehand.
What's
with Secret of Nim. And then Land Before Time's just great. So this movie kind of like...
Was it the in-between? Is it the middle child?
It's kind of the middle child, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, it's good. It's not like...
as great as...
It's not as great as your last movie, and it's not as great as the next one after this. So you're kind of there. Yeah. That's about it. Don Bluth, I'm glad you're still alive and kicking it. I hope you get your Dragon's Lair movie made. Hopefully. He had a Kickstarter back a while back about getting funding for a Dragon's Lair movie. I don't know if it was successful or anything. So that does it for this part of the animation. Next time you come here and listen to us, we are going to be doing the anime. We are going to be doing the anime Summer Wars by Mamoru Hosoda. He directed The Girl Who Left Her Time, The Boy and the Beast. I have never seen it, so I'm looking forward to it. Pat, where can they find you?
I'm going to be on Twitter at Humane Ramblings, as well as Snapchat. Ooh. And then on Instagram, I am Pacha the Great, as well as on Tumblr.
You can find me at all these beautiful social networks that you have. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Bebo.com, at Serg Beret. You can find this lovely podcast at soundcloud.com/filmaweekpodcast. It's all together. You can find us at filmaweekpodcast.tumblr.com because someone took filmaweek.tumblr.com. You can find this podcast at thenewsergberet.com. Thank you for listening. Don't feel free to share this with your friends.
Yeah.
Come on. Share, spread the word.
By the way, Don Bluth got met his total for
the Dragon. Fuck yeah! Okay,
so
good news.
It sounds like low though. It's like 660,000.
Yeah, because it's just to get a pitch.
Oh, just a pitch going.
Just a pitch going. So I'm
so excited. $500,000 still. That's a lot of money.
That's fucking
But
awesome.
For an animated film, that's pretty.
Hell yeah,
low.
because it's gonna be 2D.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So if it's just a pitch, it should be okay.
Woo! Okay, I'm excited. That's good news. Find us on Facebook. Facebook.com /Film Week Podcast. We're there. We're here. We're queer. Don't tell mom and dad. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, it was awesome. We're gonna continue this month of animation. So anime next week with Summer Wars, and as always, we end with the out of context lighting from the film. Where the fuck did I put it? In America, there are no cats.